What is going on, Endgame fam? Welcome to Tuesday night stream. That's right, getting you ready to set those waivers tonight. Maybe get some trades in. Maybe you're already thinking about start sits, whatever it is. I'm here to help you out. Going to be here for a while. We'll see, however long it takes to get through these questions to help as many people out as I can tonight. As you can see, I am flying solo. No Pierre. He had other commitments, but he will be back tomorrow. Don't worry. But like last week, I did this by myself last week. I think we had a good time. We're gonna have a good time tonight as well. So get those questions ready. I will get to as many as I can. Real quick, I do just want to kind of go over some of the news we got today that could impact your waiver decisions or trade decisions. The first one, the biggest one, I think, was Robert Saleh, head coach of the Jets, out as head coach. Now, unfortunately, Nathaniel Hackett is still the offensive coordinator. So I'm not sure if this means too much for fantasy here. It's not like, I don't think Robert Saleh was holding back, Garrett Wilson or Brees Hall or anything. I don't know if much is going to change here, but that's definitely some big news. Of course, Devontae Adams still rumored heavily to be going to the Jets. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, I think, has a lot of control over there in New York. So for good or for bad. The big news, the other big news, of course, we did actually, I think we actually announced this on the stream yesterday. Rashee Rice officially, his season is over. Now, the good news here, if there is any good news, is only his LCL. No ACL, no other tendon. So he should make a full recovery and be good to go for next season. Obviously, not going to help you this season, but at least it's not like an ACL where we have to worry about, is he going to struggle next year? When's he going to be back? He should be back ready to go by the start of next season. But if you were holding on to Rashee Rice, or if you had Rashee Rice, I mean, he'd been a monster up until this point. This is a big blow. This is the first real big season-ending injury we've had. Unfortunately, I did draft a lot of Rashee Rice in redraft and in best ball, so that one certainly hurts. The other big news: Derek Carr got hurt late in last night's game, and he's expected to miss a couple weeks. Now, this isn't big news because you were counting on Derek Carr to lead your fantasy team to glory. This is big news for the wide receivers because, I mean, last night, okay, Rashid Shaheed had a nice game, had that big touchdown, which he can do, but Chris Olave kind of a quiet game. That Chiefs defense is really good, but now whatever, we're going to have to make some decisions about these wide receivers now without Derek Carr. Like, is Chris Olave still a good start? Are we still trusting Rashid Shaheed? What do we do here? So definitely something we're going to have to think about. It sounds like. So last night, Jake Hayner came in as the backup. And Spencer Rattler was actually listed as like the emergency QB, if something had happened to Hayner. But the rumblings that I'm hearing so far is that it could be Rattler that we see this week. We're not sure, but I mean, look, you don't start one of those QBs. Like they're not streamable, but it'll be, of course, going to have an impact on those wide receivers and the entire offense. Honestly, maybe even to some degree, Alvin Kamara. We shall see. The other big one, of course, Nico Collins. Hurt his hamstring in that game after catching that 67-yard touchdown. They're calling him week to week, which usually means he's out at least a week, probably two, maybe more. So gonna have to be without him for a while, or at least a couple weeks. I mean, obviously this is good for Stephon Diggs. Should be good for Tank Dell. We'll see. I'm hoping that it's good for Tank Dell. I'm not really sure it's good for anybody else. Maybe a little bit for Dalton Schultz. I think maybe now Dalton Schultz is at least streamable in deep leagues, but I wouldn't go too excited for Dalton Schultz. And then some good news. Hopefully, we should see A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith both back this week. Remember, A.J. Brown hasn't played since week 1 with that hamstring injury. Devonta Smith missed week 4 with that concussion. And then, of course, they had the bye last week. Both these guys should be back. Obviously, that's good for your fantasy teams, but it's also good if you got Jalen Hurts getting all his weapons back. And hopefully we will see Malik Neighbors back this week. Remember, he missed last week with a concussion, but he's had a lot of time to heal. So hopefully we will see him back this week, which could put a damper on whatever excitement you had for Wan'Dale Robinson, I guess. All right, then real quick, I just want to go over some names. Like these are probably the top names out there at each position. If you're looking for help at running back, I think Rico Dowdle's got to be number 1. He's the RB1 in Dallas. You can't ask for anything more than the RB1 in Dallas off the waiver wire. Probably would have Tank Dell number 2 because maybe taking over that job. Trey Sermon I'd have at number 3 because I'm guessing JT misses another week or two with that ankle injury. And then Tyrone Tracy would be number 4 for me because, again, Singletary, we don't know how long he's going to be out. He could be back this week. He did practice limited on Friday, so we'll have to see the practice report. So I'm going to put him at 4 here. But, it could be a good start this week if Singletary is out again. A wide receiver, for some reason, Josh Downs or Darnell Mooney is still on waiver wires. You got to go get them. I think Jalen Tolbert is going to be my number 2. It looks like he's the number 2 wide receiver in that Dallas offense. I mean, just like what I said with Rico, you want guys in this offense. And then, what year is this? We saw Travis Kelce. We saw vintage Travis Kelce last night, vintage Kareem Hunt, and vintage Juju Smith-Schuster. That's right, Juju Smith-Schuster. I guess he's going to be the guy that steps up in KC, or at least he was last night. I don't know if this is going to continue. We know what Juju is. I wouldn't go crazy for Juju, but I mean, he's attached to Patrick Mahomes, so I can't tell you to avoid him. At QB, I think my number 1 streamer this week's got to be Kirk Cousins. Coming off that 500-yard game, now he gets the Panthers. He's not going to throw for 500 yards again, but he should certainly be good enough if you need a streamer this week. And then at tight end, I like Zach Ertz a lot. I know he didn't have a big game last week. I think only like 10 yards, but he had 8 targets. The Ravens, very good against the run, very bad against the pass. I think we could see a good enough Zach Ertz this week. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that Jaden Daniels is playing out of his mind right now. So that's kind of the updates where we are at right now with everything. Of course, if you have questions about anybody, waiver ads, trades, whatever it is, I will get to those, and I will help you out with those, of course. Let me remind you first, though, if for some reason you're tuning in for the first time, you've never been here before, we are sponsored by Underdog, and Underdog is a great site, a great company. If you want to enjoy fantasy football a different way than just your typical fantasy leagues, redraft, dynasty leagues, whatever it is, this is a great way to do it. And if you're new to Underdog and you haven't joined yet, they're going to give you this Brock Purdy new customer special. He just needs to get a yard on Thursday Night Football, and you win that pick. You pair it with any other pick or multiple picks, whatever you like. It's an easy way to get that W right out of the gates. And best of all, they're going to give you cash to do it. Again, if you join with promo code ENDGAME, they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So you make it the first time deposit, and they will match it up to $1,000 in bonus cash that you can use right away on that pick. You can use that Brock Purdy pick and any other picks with that bonus cash right away. And also, let me remind you, if you're new and I don't get to your question tonight, or I don't know, you find this stream afterwards and you don't get to ask a question live because I'm not live anymore, you can check out our app, DraftLane. It connects directly to your Sleeper and Yahoo fantasy leagues. Connects directly to your Yahoo and Sleeper fantasy league, so you can ask questions on there. We can actually see your roster, waivers, your league's rosters, everything that we need to ensure, that we give you the right answer on there. Starts it, everything you need. It's free to download. Download from the App Store and Google Play. And if you're not on Sleeper or Yahoo, it's okay because we actually have a feature on there. It's just like ask a question. And you can just type your question in there just like you do on here as well. So that's DraftLane on the App Store, on Google Play. Check it out. All right. Again, it's just me tonight, so I'm going to need to take a lot of sips of water. It's very tough on the voice. Going to get to the questions now. If you haven't been here before, there's a couple ways we do this. Obviously, Super Chats. Got to respect the people who drop the Super Chats. Got to respect the people who, put up money to get their questions answered. I got to make sure I'm going to do all those. If you drop a Super Chat, I guarantee you I will answer it. I will try to do some other non-Super Chat questions as well as I go on. Stream can get busy at times, so it may be a challenge. We shall see, but I will do my best here. All right, and let's start with also members. There's also memberships. So let's start with one of our members, Sir Boomer. What's up, Sir Boomer? First saying, yeah, okay. Doesn't really have any questions until he knows how. Okay, so you're confident in your ad drops. I like that. And then he's got a hot take. Boomer has a lot of hot takes. Oh, not a lot. He's got a few. The Jets fired Saleh because they couldn't fire Rodgers. True. And one of them had to go. I think that's also true. Jets offense is going to collapse. take the lower all the way around. So you think without Salah, the offense gets worse, huh? Interesting. We shall see. We shall see. All right, let's get to our first super chat here. Austin needs a plug and play wide receiver this week off the waiver wire. Should I grab Tolbert, Shakir, or Leggett? I didn't talk about Shakir. Shakir's still hurt. So if you need somebody this week, probably not him. And I know Tolbert got a little, I mean, not Tolbert. Well, Tolbert did get a little banged up at the end of that game, but I think he was okay. I mean, he made that. I couldn't tell if it was like, did he get hurt or did he get hit in his manhood? Like, I couldn't really tell. But he made that touchdown catch. I know Leggett, didn't he get a little banged up? Let me see. Okay, he said it'll be good. He said it'll be good for Sunday. All right, so I guess he's fine. But I think you got to go with Tolbert. He's the number 2 wide receiver in this Dallas offense. You want a piece of this Dallas offense. They're throwing the ball a ton. And I mean, you look at Tolbert on the season. Where is he here? Oh, he's got to be right around here. Come on. All right, I don't know why I don't have Tolbert on my handy sheet here. Where's Tolbert? I know we talked about him. We didn't put him. I'm pretty sure we had him as a flex. All right, I might have added him late. Let me add him here. But when you look at Tolbert on the season, sorry, I got put together my stat sheet here. And apparently I forgot to put Tolbert in. Let me add him real quick. The data will come right in. It will take just a second. There we go. All right, so first of all, the matchup is good. The Lions, they are a pass funnel defense, meaning they're better against the run than the pass. You know, Tolbert has some strong numbers on the season here. He's gotten 2 end zone targets. That's always huge. I mean, he's got 56 fantasy points. We're talking the same number of fantasy points as, you know, guys like Jacoby Myers, Amari Cooper. I know it's not really saying a whole lot, Amari Cooper. Who else? Who else is in that range? I mean, more points than Christian Kirk, more points than Brandon Ayuk. Like, he's been pretty good. He's got as many fantasy points as Chris Olave. So, yeah, I think you got to go with Tolbert here. I think Tolbert, if you need a plug and play this week, I think it's got to be Tolbert. Good luck, Austin. Thank you. All right, let's take one. Actually, let's go to like our first comment that wasn't Sir Boomer. Has a trade here, an interesting one. Bijan for Kyron Williams. I'm still taking Bijan. I know people are a little, are worried about Bijan, but look, okay, this is the week. This is the week where it has to happen for Bijan Robinson. He gets the Carolina Panthers this week. The Carolina Panthers are allowing over 22 points per game to running backs and have given up 10 touchdowns to running backs this year. If he doesn't do it against Carolina, I don't know. We might be in full-fledged panic on Bijan mode. I'm still going Bijan here. I mean, Kyron's fine. Like, Kyron, we know what he is, right? He's going to get the touches. He's got touchdown upside. We did see Blake Corum get a little bit involved this week. Not that I'm worried about it, but we did see Blake Corum get a little bit involved. That could continue as the season goes on. So I'm still going to lean Bijan here, but it's certainly close. Certainly close. Good luck with that one, Big Tucker. Thank you. All right. How about this one from Michael? He traded Nico and for Tyreek and Jacobs before Nico's injury. Good trade. I think it'll be okay. I mean, now that Nico's hurt, it's looking like a good trade. Because, again, Tua should be back after week 8 or in week 8. Is it week 8? Yeah, I think it's week 8. Because he had the bye this week, and then he has to miss week 7 because that's 4. Yeah, so he'll be back in week 8. So it's really only one more game of bad Tyreek. I know Jacobs hasn't been fantastic this year, but he's been solid. And, man, the usage is there for Josh Jacobs. Like, again, like, I know, like, we always say, like, oh, man, like, look at his expected points. Like, look at his usage. I know that doesn't score fantasy points, but, I mean, this guy has more expected fantasy points than Jahmyr Gibbs right now. I know Jahmyr Gibbs had a bye. James Conner, James Cook. So, I mean, he's getting the opportunity. It's not like the opportunity isn't there. He's been mostly good. He's been real life good. So I think in the end, you'll be happy with this trade. I don't think you'll regret it or anything. All right. Now, Michael, sorry. Drop the super chat. So I answered your question. Brian saying, let's go. Swaggy P just dropping in to call us clowns for saying Waddle over Tracy Jr. All right. Our bad. Tracy Jr. was the play. All right. Dan's got one. 1-4. Do you think I can make a comeback? Full PPR 12-man. Let's see. Let's see your team here. You got two running. Let's see. You got Josh Allen. Okay. Gibbs and Chuba. So you're pretty good at running back. Nico. Might not have Nico for a couple weeks. You hopefully will get Neighbors back. Deontay, Coop, Jennings, Kincaid. You just traded 4 Neighbors. I like it. Smart move, Dan. Well done. I certainly think this team can come back. I mean, you got good players. You got Josh Allen. You got Gibbs and Chuba, who looks like looking like the waiver wire pickup of the year right now. You got Neighbors, Deontay, Cooper. He is what he is. You still got Kincaid. Yeah, I think you're good. I think you can definitely make a comeback. I know it's not fun to be 1-4. It's not fun to be 1-4, but you still have a good team here. I wouldn't completely freak out or anything. All right, Ralphie, Josh Allen, T. Higgins, Olave, Pittman Worthy, Bijan Gibbs, Walker, Mason Etienne. Got offered Marvin Harrison for my Gibbs? I don't think so. Let me look at your team again. I mean, in a vacuum, I want Gibbs. You got T. Olave, Pittman Worthy, Bijan Gibbs, Walker. I mean, you are pretty deep at running back. And now we got to be a little worried about Olave for at least the next couple weeks. I mean, normally I would say no, but maybe for your team this makes sense. If you can get by with Olave the next couple weeks, like if you're 4-1, 5-0, even like 3-2, it's not like you have bad players here. You have a lot of good players. But you probably should make a move to trade a running back for a wide receiver just based on the fact that you have, 5 good wide running backs. So, I mean, I prefer Gibbs over Harrison, but based on your team, I don't think it's the worst deal if you want to take it. So, good luck, Ralphie. You got a strong team there. All right, Moises, what's up? 10-team PPR, 2 straight losses. It happens. Tyreek Hill, Mason, Gibbs, Monty, Deontay, Neighbors, Pickens, Aaron Jones, and Waddle. Start Deontay and Neighbors? Yeah, I mean, if Neighbors plays, you start Neighbors for sure. Deontay should bounce back this week. So, yeah, last week we trusted him in that tough matchup against Jalen Johnson and the Bears. He didn't come through. But this week it's the Falcons. It doesn't scare me. Like AJ Terrell, okay, sure. But, I mean, he's not enough to scare me off Deontay Johnson. Like we saw what Evans did last week. Not scared of that matchup. So yeah, I'll go Deontay and Neighbors. Flex Monty. Yeah, nothing wrong with Flex and Monty. He's scoring a touchdown every week. Pick up Rico, Wandell, QJ Dobbs. So you got Mason Gibbs, Monty, Deontay Neighbors, Pickens. You got Aaron Jones, Waddle. I mean, if I'm picking up one of these guys, it's Rico, but I don't know who you're dropping. I don't know if you have more players on your bench than this, but I think Rico's a must add. This guy over the last 2 weeks is clearly the number 1 running back here in Dallas. And I mean, it's not the best matchup for him this week, but it wasn't a great matchup for him last week either. And look what he did. So I think you got to pick up Rico Dowdle. If you have room. Those other guys in a 10-teamer, you don't need those other guys in a 10-teamer. All right, we got a super chat from Big DK Carson. Here's the question. What's up? Kamara and Rice. Is this Dynasty? Yes. I mean, trade Rice. Rice is out for the season. You're getting Saquon and one of those. Yeah, I mean, if somebody's going to take Rice and Kamara for Saquon and one of those running wide receivers, do it. I don't even care what wide receiver it is. Either one. Take either one of those wide receivers. But like Rice is out for the season. Yeah, do it. I would trade Kamara and Rice for Saquon. Let alone Saquon and one of those wide receivers. Definitely do this. Definitely do this. All right, another one from one of our members. Frosef traded Mason and Flowers to get Bijan. I like it. I like it. This is how you buy low on Bijan. Like Mason, sounding more and more likely that we're going to see Christian McCaffrey maybe early November. This is probably the time to move off of Mason if you can. I do like Flowers, but like you're getting Bijan, I think it's worth it. Now you can finally stop asking Mason. There you go. There you go. Moises, am I crazy for dropping Njoku to pick up Kraft? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. That Browns passing attack is terrible. Deshaun Watson is terrible. The offensive line is terrible, and they won't bench him. They won't bench him. So, yeah, go get Kraft. I think he's got more upside. Go get Kraft. All right, Renzo Lamella, what's up? Trade CMC for DJ Moore and Tony Pollard. I would not do CMC for Devontae. Chances are he's going to the Jets. Are we really going to feel good about Devontae Adams on the Jets? Just because he's reuniting with Aaron Rodgers? Like, nah. I might do that first one, though. Because, again, even though CMC, it sounds like he is coming back sometime soon. And by soon, I mean like 3 to 4 weeks, not super soon. We do have to wonder, will they limit him a little bit? Will they limit his touches a little bit? You know, Mason's been good. So will we see more Mason? Not saying Mason will get more touches than CMC, but will CMC be that true, elite bell cow running back still? I'm not sure. So I might just take the DJ Moore and Pollard side and not even have to risk it with CMC. Good luck there. All right, Gabriel, what's up? Good afternoon. Rank these free agent running backs: Chandler, Bigsby, Rashawn. I'm going to go Bigsby. I guess Chandler, because they're calling Aaron Jones week to week, although they do have the bye this week, but he could miss the week after, or maybe a couple weeks after, so maybe you can get something from Chandler. Rashawn, just a touchdown-dependent guy, so I think Bigsby is head and shoulders the number one here. Probably put Chandler 2, Rashawn 3. Do you think any of them are better handcuffs? Well, Bigsby is almost a must-add right now. Because he's more than a handcuff. I think Chandler's a fine handcuff. Rashawn's not a bad handcuff either, but I do wonder if like DeAndre Swift went down, do they suddenly like give Khalil Herbert the ball more? I don't know. So I think Benson probably also, like, I think Benson a better handcuff than these guys, but at the same time, like he has no value right now. So he's just a pure handcuff. So all right, Frosef, again with the Jets situation, do you think it would be smart to try and move Garrett Wilson for I would move Garrett Wilson for A.J. Brown no matter the situation. Yeah, give me A.J. Brown. I preferred A.J. Brown in the draft in preseason. I haven't seen anything to change my mind. Give me A.J. Brown. Yeah, go get A.J. Brown. If you can get A.J. Brown for Garrett Wilson, get A.J. Brown. Anthony, what's up? All right, Big DK with Carson with another one. Drop Jennings for Chase Brown, Tank Bigsby, Dowdle, or Downs. Again, I think, Chase Brown is interesting too because Zach Moss got banged up in that game. Ankle, so we don't know. And of course, if Zach Moss is out, Chase Brown getting the majority of the touches in this backfield is going to be great. But I think Downs has to be the number one here, assuming it's PPR. I still think Dowdle has to be number 2 because, again, you want the RB1 in Dallas. Then I would probably put Chase Brown 3 and Tank Bigsby 4. But you can drop Jennings for any of these guys, honestly. But I would do Downs number 1. Juice saying it'd be nice if Adams played this week, but I feel it's probably doubtful unless he gets traded very quickly. Unless he gets traded very quickly here, I doubt we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see Devontae Adams play again until he gets traded somewhere, honestly. All right, this is a fair question from Kyle. Time to bench Pickens. Got Deontay, McLaurin, and Ayuk. Yeah, I wouldn't start Pickens over those guys. We did drop Pickens down into the flex range this week because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if he's dogging his routes or whatever. What's going on? I'm not sure. But yeah, you can start those guys over Pickens, definitely. All right. Start 2 wide receiver, 2 running backs, and a flex. This is Anthony, one of our members. What's up? Higgins, Cooper, Mooney, Deontay. I'm going Higgins and Deontay at wide receiver. Running backs are B-Rob, Ford, Bigsby, and Hill. I'm going B-Rob, and I'll just go with Bigsby. And then I'm going to flex Mooney. I'm going to flex Mooney. So Higgins, Mooney, Deontay with B-Rob and Bigsby be my lineup. Good luck, Anthony. Appreciate it. All right, so Juice again. If I get Bigsby and Tolbert off waivers, who is the better flex? Bigsby, Tolbert, or Chase Brown? Well, if Zach Moss is out, it's Chase Brown. If Zach Moss plays, I think I got to go Tolbert, just because Tolbert, again, I know Bigsby had a nice game last week, but we can't expect this guy to get over 100 yards on 13 carries every single week and score 2 touchdowns. So he's still splitting with Etienne. He's still technically behind Etienne slightly, I guess. So I think I would have to go Tolbert. But if Zach Moss is out, go Chase Brown, definitely. All right, we got one from John. Here's the question. Trade Chris Olave for T. Higgins? I mean, oh, man. Sad. This is going to be such... The thing is, I don't want to drop Chris Olave too much because they're only saying a couple of weeks for Derek Carr. And look, maybe Spencer Rattler. Maybe Spencer Rattler's an upgrade. You never know. But I've been big on T. I've been big on T all off season. I was saying I buy low for T. I like the usage in this offense. He's got Burrow. I might just do it, honestly. I might just do it. I might maybe I'll regret this. Maybe by the end of the season I'll regret this. But I mean, T. Higgins, he's getting great usage. If you watch the lessons learned video, I talked about it. In the 3 games he's played, he's got more targets than Jamar Chase. His first read percentage is higher than Jamar Chase. Yeah, I'm not saying he's better than Jamar Chase, but his usage is very, very elite. I think I just take Higgins. I just take Higgins and don't have to risk it with Olave. So just grab Higgins. Although I know Higgins is risky too, but hopefully he doesn't get hurt again. And then John saying went from 0-2 to 3-2. There you go. See, you never know. It doesn't matter where you're at right now. You could win 3 games in a row and suddenly, bam, everything turns on a dime. Doesn't matter where you're at right now. You're still in this. All right, Victor, what's up? Thank you. Who should I flex? Downs, Leggett, Wicks, or Najee? I'm going Downs, especially if it's Flacco. Yeah, but even with Richardson, I probably go Downs. I really like Downs this week. I think you look at Tennessee. Okay, tough against wide receivers, but they're not tough against the slot. They're very, very vulnerable in the slot here. And you look at him, where is he out here? Josh Downs on my sheet. That's right, because I had him here. I got to move him. You look at his, according to fantasy points, the coverage grade, which looks at all the different coverages the defense uses and then how the player fares against that coverage. His coverage grade is 9.3, which is very high, very high. 0 would be no benefit at all. I mean, we're talking, there's not a lot of guys, that go into double digit on the coverage grade, he's pretty much there. So I think he's in a good spot this week, especially if it's Flacco. I think you got to go Downs. But either way, I'm going Downs. Good luck there, Victor, and thank you. Yeah, Juice knows Spencer Rattler, man. There's a little part of me that's like nervous for like Olave and Shaheed, of course. But then there's a little part of me that's like, what if Spencer Rattler comes in and is better than Derek Carr? I wouldn't be completely shocked. All right, yo, boy Skid 17. What's up? 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, a flex, and a tight end. Love, Cousins, Brees, Henry, Javonte, Bigsby, Wright, Ayuk, Higgins, Mooney, Waddle, Hopkins, Shakir, Juju. You already have Juju. Well done. Kincaid and Parkinson, 2 and 3 trades. Brees, Henry, right? Ayuk, Higgins, Mooney. Look, I think this is a great time to sell high on Mooney. I like Mooney. If you watched, now I didn't talk about Mooney a lot, like in our offseason videos, because I was like, I don't think you need to draft Darnell Mooney in like a redraft league. Obviously, I wish I would have talked about Darnell Mooney more. But if you watched any of our best ball streams, I think Darnell Mooney Darnell Mooney might have been my most drafted wide receiver, honestly, because I just felt like he was such a good value and he had the upside. But I still think it's a great time to sell high on Darnell Mooney if you can. You got Ayuk, Higgins, but you don't really have a lot of wide receivers after that. Maybe you could package like Mooney and Tank Bigsby, who again has a lot of steam right now, but is still behind Etienne. Maybe you could package those guys and get an upgrade at wide receiver. I mean, I don't even honestly like what could you really get though as an upgrade? Maybe that's not enough. Maybe Mooney. I don't know if that would be enough. Maybe Mooney and who are your running backs? Brees, Henry, Javon. I don't know. Now I look at your team. Maybe you should just hold Mooney actually for this team. I mean, it depends how high you can sell Mooney. Like if you could trade Mooney and get, I mean, he's coming off a big game, so that's the problem. Coming off a big game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you probably can't. I don't want to say something ridiculous. Yeah, maybe just sit tight. I mean, you're 2 and 3. I know Brees has been bad, but Brees gets a good matchup this week. He should bounce back. You got Henry. Javonte's starting to come on. Bigsby's coming on. Ayuk coming on. Higgins coming on. I think this team is going to get better. I might just sit tight here, actually. I mean, if somebody's willing to give you something really good for Mooney, take it. But other than that, I think just sit tight. Your team is starting to come on. I think you're going to get better here. So good luck there. All right, let's keep it rolling here. All right. George, what is up, George? Start Williams, Flacco, or Jones over Stroud. Hard for me to bench Stroud. That being said, Flacco, hard to bench Flacco if he starts. And Caleb Williams gets the Jags this week. But it is the London game, and that could be weird. Those London games could get weird. I'm not Daniel Jones. No, I think Daniel Jones maybe is fine in like a super flex league this week, but not starting Daniel Jones over Stroud. Man, look, I'll say this, George. If it's me, I'm still putting Stroud in my lineup. But I get it if you want to put Caleb or Flacco in. Totally get it. I think it's totally fine. Totally fair. Caleb has a great matchup this week. Flacco is Flacco. Totally get it if you want to do it. Oh, here we go. Derek Gonzalez. Are we dropping Andrews for Pitts now? Sure. I don't expect. Let's not forget, Kirk Cousins threw for over 500 yards and Pitts had 88 yards. Wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like Kirk Cousins threw for 250 and Pitts had 88. Threw for over 500. He had 88 yards. What happens when we lop, 250 yards off? half the yards off. We get Pitts getting you 30, 40 yards again. But if you would prefer Pitts, it's fine. I mean, what are we going to do with Andrews? This guy, every tight end on the Ravens scored a touchdown except Mark Andrews on Sunday. Like, insane. Insane. Rough times. What is up? All right. Got Mayfield and Jalen Hurts. Hall, Zach Moss. Maybe not this week, but Pollard's back. That's good. Chuba. Okay. Brooks and Najee. Nico, AJ Brown, Devontae. Is that Devontae Adams? I'm going to assume Devontae Adams. Brian Thomas Jr., nice. Kraft. First waiver wire priority. Tank, Tracy, Andrews. Is that Keenan Allen? Braylon Allen? Mooney. Downs. Myers. It's definitely between one of those wide receivers. I mean, you definitely you got Hall, Moss, Pollard, Chuba, and Najee. Like, you don't really need running back help. I mean, everybody needs running back help. But I think it's got to be one of those wide receivers. I'm just debating between Mooney and Downs. I mean, Myers isn't even bad either. He had a pretty nice game considering he had to go against Surtain. But I don't know if he has the upside of Mooney or Downs. I might slightly go Mooney, and I might regret that. Only because, I mean, when Anthony Richardson is good to go, he's going to be the QB. If we had Flacco all year, I'd probably say Downs. But with the fact that Anthony Richardson will come back at some point, they're not going to throw the ball as much with Anthony Richardson. So I'll probably go Mooney first. I'd probably go Mooney first, down second, Myers third. Tank would be 4. I know Braylon Allen is the handcuff here, but I mean, if you want to add him as a handcuff, okay, fine. But I don't think you need to. All right, good luck there. All right, next one from Mark. He's 5-0 with pretty strong running backs. Nice. QB, and yeah, if you're 5-0, you probably have pretty strong running backs, QBs, and wide receivers. Best tight end is Muth. Kittle is on the block from another team. What would I give up for Kittle? Not a lot. Not a lot. I mean, look, Kittle's been good. But he's still just a tight end. Like, I don't know who your wide receivers are. I give up Calvin Ridley for him. Jacoby Myers. Khalil Shakir. Cortland Sutton. Keenan Allen. Running backs, I'd give up guys like Eckler, Ford, Bucky Irving. Guys like that. Singletary. That's it. Not giving up a lot. You're 5-0 with terrible tight end because you don't need a good tight end this year. You don't ever really need a good tight end, to be honest. Except for that one year when Travis Kelce was a monster. Yeah, don't give up a lot. But if you can get him. Why not? Make your team more stacked. All right, Dad Ratchet, what's up? Also 5-0. Nice. Just traded Chuba Hubbard for... Is this where we're at? We're already at Chuba Hubbard over Breece Hall. All right. Well done. Burrow Hall, Mason, AJ Brown, Neighbors, Pitts, Higgins, Ladd, Nico Collins, Yoshi, Winton, Spears, Javonte Williams. Nice. Well done on that trade. I guess this is a humble brag. Well done on that trade. Breece, such a good buy low right now. All right, Cody Greenwood, what's up? Would you drop David Montgomery for Kyron Williams? Yeah, what? Oh, I'm tired today, guys. I'm tired. Why are you getting me worked up today, guys? Who is dropping Kyron Williams? What? Why? Why is Kyron Williams dropped? Not even like a rage drop. He's been great. Yeah, yes, drop David Montgomery for Kyron. Yeah. Insane. What is going on? Insane. All right. Rodrigo, what's up? All right. Wants to know who to start. Lamar or Love. Got to go Lamar. If you got Lamar, you start Lamar. Harrison, Neighbors, Devonta Smith, Odunze, Shakir. I don't know how many you need. I would rank them Neighbors, Smith, Harrison, Odunze, Shakir if he even plays. Trey McBride or Ferguson. That's tough, but I think I still got to go McBride a little bit. But I mean, Ferguson is very solid. Ferguson is very solid. But probably still go Trey McBride. I mean, before I commit to that. Yeah, McBride has a good matchup this week. Good matchup against the Packers. Go McBride. Go McBride. All right, good luck. Okay, and then Robert, appreciate it, saying for Charlie Smith, it was Tolbert's manhood. That's what I thought when I was watching it. I was like, did he hurt his groin or his manhood? But he tried to stay in. Remember, then they called the timeout, and then look, we've all been there, right? We've all got hit there before at some point in our lives. We know what it looks like, right? You're like, oh, right? Like we all know. But then he made the catch. I'm like, okay, hopefully it was just his manhood. So good to hear. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. All right, let's answer this one. This is a big boy trade here. Garrett Wilson and James Conner for CD Lamb. Whew, that is a very, very fair offer for CD Lamb. Very fair. But look, there is some worry. There is some worry that for Garrett Wilson, if they do actually trade for Devontae Adams, that will definitely hurt his value. This is a very fair offer, no doubt about it. But I think I'm just going to take CD Lamb here and not risk it with Garrett Wilson. So very fair. But I think if I have CD Lamb, I'm just going to keep CD Lamb. Hope that helps you out, Michael. Big Luscious, what's up? Wants to know, should trade away Breece Hall for Monty? Nah. Okay, David Montgomery, yes. He's been very reliable this year. But I know. I don't like. I never used to be this way with David Montgomery. I used to always like David. I mean, I like David Montgomery. I really do. I like David Montgomery. But in fantasy, I used to always like David Montgomery. I'm like, oh, he's a great value. But you look at it this season. Let me pull it up here. Oh, it's me. I need a new computer. All right, you look at it this season. He's only played 50% of the snaps one time. In 2 games, he's had 12 or fewer carries. He does have 9 receptions, which is way more than I expected. He scored in every game. And he's only gotten you 1 game of 20 fantasy points. 15, 16, 17. Yeah, he's solid. But look, I'll also say this about David Montgomery, and this is what I said when I said, hey, I don't think you should draft David Montgomery this year. You take away those touchdowns, and I get it, like he could score every week, and that's part of the appeal. You take away the touchdowns, 10 points week 1, 11 points week 2. These are PPR, by the way. 15 points week 3, 9 points in week 4 before the bye. Like if he keeps scoring touchdowns, he's going to be solid. But the upside is very little here. It's like it's a floor play. Breece still has the upside. And Breece has a fantastic end of the season schedule. And I think he's going to bounce back big time this week. Just give Breece Hall another week. I think he'll be happy you did. All right, let's help out Burning Man because he's in last place in a 12-teamer. He's got Etienne, Hunt, Mostert, Ford. Oh, these guys. All right, well, are you saying Etienne is on the waivers? Or are these your running backs? If you're saying with using the number 1 waiver pick on Bigsby, I mean, why not? You got Etienne. Those are your running backs, if that's what you're saying. Not sure there, Burning Man. But yeah, I think you pick up Bigsby, especially if you got Etienne. Pick up Bigsby, definitely. All right, please don't spam the chat. Oh no, I just lost my spot. Where are we at? Okay, put you in timeout a little bit. All right, we got one from Brandon. Got Nico Collins. Rate the trade. Traded Adams and Javonte For Devonta Smith, I'm good with this. I'm good with this. Devonta Smith was great before that injury. He'll be great even with A.J. Brown. Javonte Williams, he's coming on, but I'm not expecting anything massive here. And again, if Adams goes to like Jets, Saints, it's not great. So I think it's a win. I don't think it's a smash or anything, but I think it's a win. Dead Internet Theory, what is up? Welcome back. Worth dropping Moss for Chase Brown or Tank? Not really. JSN for Mooney or Dell? All right, it's only an 8-teamer. I mean, honestly, you might be ahead to just drop JSN for Mooney. Man, JSN, I really thought this year he could make that leap in year 2, and it's like his role is still this little like 5 yards a catch guy. It's really frustrating. You could probably drop JSN for Mooney. It's gonna be on your bench anyways. Dell is interesting, but even last week when Nico was out for most of that game, he didn't really step up. I mean, I still prefer Chase Brown to Moss. So yeah, in an 8-teamer, why not? Moss might not even play this week. I don't think people are going to run out to add Zach Moss in an 8-teamer. So you could drop Moss for Chase Brown and JSN for Mooney or Dell. I probably prefer Mooney at this point. Justin Wynn. Trade Aaron Jones for Bijan. Yes, get Bijan. Get Bijan. Anthony, what's up? Will the Chiefs see steady wide receiver emerge, or will it probably continue to be a mix? Yeah, I mean we've seen this with Juju. Let's not forget what was it like? Wasn't it like the first year that they traded away Tyreek Hill? Wasn't he like their wide receiver 1, and he had like 3 good games that year, and the rest of the time he was terrible. I mean, yeah, I'm not like all in on Juju here, thinking that Juju is gonna do this every week. So it'll probably be a mix. I think the only person that really benefits right now is Travis Kelce. We saw that last night. Like Travis Kelce is finally going to be a stud tight end again. That's the only guy I feel good about right now. And maybe Kareem Hunt until Pacheco comes back, if he comes back. Is Wicks worth starting again? Yes, I think he's still definitely startable this week. I know I know he trapped everybody last week, but he gets the Cardinals. Not a terrible matchup. Not a terrible matchup for him specifically. He had 7 targets last week. The opportunity is still there for him. I mean, obviously you can't go crazy for Wicks. Like we had people asking ridiculous Wicks questions last week. I don't think we'll get those again this week, but he's still definitely startable. Still definitely startable. All right, let's help Birds Builds, because he's helping people in the chat. I always appreciate that. I like to see people helping others in the chat, so thank you. He's 3-2 in non-PPR. Now I regret pulling up this question because it's non-PPR. I will do my best. Not necessarily a non-PPR guy, but here we go. All right, gets JD, Hunt, Ladd McConkey, and Jacobs. Gives up Kyron, Tyreek Hill, Herbert. It's a 2 QB league. I think you have to take this. You get the better QB in a 2 QB league, which is insanely valuable. Okay, Kyron to Josh Jacobs, that's a downgrade, but Jacobs is fine. And then you basically get Ladd and Hunt for Tyreek Hill. Okay, that's not fun, but again, it's non-PPR. So, Hill is still good in non-PPR, but I think just the fact that you get JD in a 2 QB league is such a massive upgrade. And you also get Jacobs, who's great in a non-PPR. He's great in a non-PPR league. And look, Hunt looks good. Ladd's been scoring. I think you got to take this deal. All right, Brother Pickle always on here with us. Let's help him out. Worried about Shaheed because of Cart. Yeah, you got to be a little worried for sure. PPR tight end premium. Who to prioritize between Ray McLeod, Juju, Conklin? And he's asking, who would you drop? Okay. It's got Dak, Mixon, Chase Brown, Rachaad White, Bucky Irving, Tyrone Tracy, Emmanuel Wilson. Jeez. All right, you already have 3 tight ends here. I mean, I would probably drop Parkinson for Conklin. Feel like Conklin has been pretty solid. Pretty solid so far. I would probably drop Parkinson for Conklin in tight end premium, especially because I know they're saying Ingram will be back, but we don't know. And I don't know how good you feel about Njoku. I mean, McLeod, Juju. I mean, your wide receivers are Chase, Nico, Puka, Shaheed, Tolliver. I don't really want to drop any of those wide receivers. I mean, maybe you could drop Michael Wilson for Juju. I mean, McLeod is okay, but again, Kirk Cousins isn't going to throw for 500 yards probably ever again. So maybe you could drop Wilson for Juju if you want. But that's it. But I do think you should maybe drop Parkinson for Conklin. Plus Parkinson on bye this week, so you can actually play Conklin this week. All right, Mark has a Dynasty 12-team question. Let me see if I find your question, Mark. Is it above or below? Let me see if I find it here. I don't see it right away here, Mark. But I will look for it. And when I do, I will pull it up. Thank you. And Brother Pickle did drop a super chat. Appreciate that. All right, let's help this guy, Giannis Lover. A fan of Giannis. I'm going to try to pronounce his last name. You know how I am with names. Not good. Jordan Mason for Achane. Yeah, just get Achane. Just get Achane. They're on the bye this week. He should be good to go in week 7, and then we get Tua back in week 8. Just get Achane. Again, I think this is the time to try to trade away Jordan Mason. All right, here's an interesting one. Yeah, so I didn't mention this. I didn't talk about this. Drake May, officially the starter in New England. Would you pick up Polk? Deep league. Deep league stash. Deep league stash. I'm curious if Pierre will put him on beat the breakout. But I mean, it's still, we're talking about Drake May, rookie QB. Gonna be rough. Might be rough. So deep league only. All right, Nathan Masters just traded Stephon Diggs for Brian Robinson. Worth it? I think this feels like a very fair trade. Very fair. Very similarly valued players here. So, fair trade. My favorite kind of trades, the fair ones. All right, Dad Ratchet again. Forgot also have Pacheco and Brooks on IR. Okay. Not sure that changes anything. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't make your trade better or worse. Your trade is still great. All right, Sir Capalot saying he's 1-4 in a PPR 3 flex. Okay, do you have a question? Oh, this is frustrating. Are there laws against people who don't set their lineups to still pull off wins? Oh, that's aggravating. That's aggravating. I hear you there. I hear you. And Sir Boomer saying, yes, there should be. I agree. All right, Andrew, thank you. Received Jonathan Taylor with Sermon for Bucky Irving and who? You get to pick anybody? How about I mean, I don't like, you want to know what's fair? Like for JT and Sermon, for Bucky Irving, probably you need to give up somebody like Olave, Ayuk, or Smith, to be fair. Is this Dynasty? Because you say next season draft picks. Because with Dynasty, I don't really want to trade away Olave, Ayuk, or Smith for JT. Yeah. If it's Dynasty, I'd rather trade like Brian Robinson and Bucky Irving for JT. I don't really want to trade away Olave, Ayuk, and Devonta Smith in Dynasty. If it's redraft, you're probably gonna have to give one of those guys up. If you can give somebody else up, do it. Like if you can give up. I mean, if it's not Dynasty, if it's redraft, I would probably trade Bowers and Irving for JT and just roll with Kraft, honestly. So I hope that helps. Depends on the format there. Hope that helps. All right, Moises, what's up? Trade Devontae Adams and Charbonnet for Jacobs. Yeah, I'll just take Jacobs. Jacobs should get better. Jacobs should get much better. I'll just take Jacobs here. Get Jacobs. All right. Thielen W. I got St. Brown and Diggs, flex Brian Thomas, Shaheed, or Flowers. Now, I was very big on Brian Thomas last week. Not as big as I should have been because I fell for the Wicks trap. Frustratingly fell for the Wicks trap. I should have just said start Brian Thomas. But this week he gets the Bears. Not as good of a spot for him this week. Zay Flowers gets the Commanders. Let's just go with Zay Flowers this week. Let's go Zay Flowers. And yeah, Shaheed without Derek Carr, very risky. So let's go Flowers. Benny, what is up? 12-team full PPR has got Lamar, CMC, Ford, London, Olave, Flowers, Kincaid, Mostert, Sermon, McConkey traded JSN for Swift. Why not? Why not? I mean, what is JSN at this point? Like, yeah, Swift should be very good again this week as another really good matchup. So, yeah, I think this is a good deal for you. Our big DK Carson's got another one. DJ Moore, Devonta Smith. I'm going Devonta Smith. I know DJ Moore just had a big game. There's nothing wrong with DJ Moore. And it is the Jaguars. But man, it's just hard for me to bench Devonta Smith. Hard for me to bench Devonta Smith. They're both good starts this week. JR most wanted. Should I drop Gibson? I mean, if you don't need him. If you don't need him, it's still Ramondre's backfield. Wait, what? Somebody dropped Ramondre? Yes, pick up Ramondre. Why are we dropping? Ramondre's coming off a good game. Why are people dropping players off of good games? Yes, pick up Ramondre. Okay, Tyron Tracy might have another week or two of value, but Ramondre's the lead back rest of the season as long as he doesn't keep fumbling, which he didn't fumble this week. So get Ramondre. Okay, here's Sir Capalot. 1-4 record, 12-team PPR, 3 flex. Rate the team. Got Daniels and Tua. Okay, it's good. Is it super flex or no? Just 3 flex. Okay. Ramondre and Cook and traded for Swift. Okay. London, McLaurin, Hill, Addison, and Myers. Bowers and Hawkinson. But it's 3 flex. That means you're starting Ramondre. I'm assuming you're starting Ramondre and Cook. And then you're starting 3 wide receivers. So I'm assuming you're starting all these guys. Ramondre, James Cook, Swift, London, McLaurin, Hill, Addison, or maybe one of them sits. But I mean, this is a good team. You got a lot of good players here. Obviously, Tyreek Hill's been killing you. Addison's been. I still think this is a good team. This team is too good for 1-4. I think you'll be all right. I'm not quite understanding like how many of these guys you're starting, so it's hard to rate. But this team is at least an 8. It's at least an 8. You got JD. You got Bowers, Ramondre, Cook, and Swift, London, McLaurin, Hill, Addison, Myers. You're good. Just get that W this week, and you're on your way. All right, 1 second here. All right. Let's keep going. And again, I am looking if I see some that are interesting or I think people need help on as I'm scrolling. I will pick them up. How about this one? JSN or Brian Thomas in the flex? Got to be Brian Thomas. All right. Daniel Hart. Thank you. Got Love, Tyreek, Debo, Higgins, Worthy, Chuba, Najee, Singletary, Braylon, Bucky, McBride, Kraft, Fields, Tua. What package will it take to get Brees? Okay. I think I was gonna say I don't really want to trade away Chuba because your only other running backs are Najee, Singletary, Braylon Allen, and Bucky Irving. You do have McBride and Kraft. I mean, you don't really have a lot of wide. You're Tyreek, Debo, Higgins, Worthy. Those are your wide receivers. I wonder, and I don't know. Like I was gonna say, I wonder if like Debo straight up would get you Brees Hall right now. But then, who are you rolling with a wide receiver? Like Tyreek, Higgins, and Worthy? Like I'm wondering if you package Kraft and McBride with a Kraft or McBride, not both. Kraft or McBride, but again, who are you gonna package with here? That isn't gonna cripple your team. Because Singletary doesn't really have a lot of value. Najee, not really. Worthy, not really yet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could maybe try Debo or Higgins straight up for him, but then that really hurts your wide receiver room. So I don't know. I don't see anything here. Because again, I don't want to trade away Chuba. I mean, I would prefer Brees to Chuba for sure. But I'd rather have Chuba as my RB2 than, Najee. But maybe you should. Maybe this team should trade away Chuba for Brees. I mean, didn't we just see that earlier? Somebody traded Chuba straight up for Brees. Maybe you could trade Chuba straight up for Brees. Maybe you can do Chuba and one of those tight ends for Brees. But it's tough because I don't want to cripple your team here. Like I don't want to cripple your wide receivers. So maybe try that. But I feel like this. Like here, I'll say this though. I feel like this team would be better off if you could trade one of those tight ends and a running back like Najee or Bucky or Braylon or Singletary and just get an upgrade at RB. Maybe not to the degree of Brees Hall, but maybe somebody like Tony Pollard, Brian Robinson, DeAndre Swift, Dobbins, guys like that. Ramondre. I think that's probably what would be better for this team, honestly. But if you can get Brees, get him. All right. Hope that helped. Rough times. What do you think of Dak and Mason for Lamar to the Nah, I'm not. I mean, okay, you're getting the QB upgrade with Lamar, but it's not like Dak's been bad. It's not like Dak is gonna be bad. Dak's gonna be fine. I'm not doing this. Like I'll trade Dak and Mason to the CMC owner, but I don't want a QB back. Like why can't you do Mason? What about Mason and Dak for Bijan? I mean, he might not want Dak if you're not taking Lamar. Or what about Mason and Dak for Lamar and I mean, I don't know if he'll do Chuba, but maybe he'll do Chuba. But I don't want to just trade away Mason and Dak just basically to get a QB upgrade. So, see if he'll throw something in with Lamar. All right, we got one from Maxwell. Here's the question. 12-team PPR, QB, Daniels, running back, Brees, Monty, wide receiver, Marvin Harrison, CD, tight end, Kincaid, flex, Wicks, Spears, bench. Braylon Allen, Jalen Polk. All right. Nah, you flex Wicks and Spears. You can't flex Braylon Allen or Jalen Polk. Drop anyone for Conklin. Nah, Conklin, Andrews, Dortch, Palmer, Mike Williams. Nah. I still roll with Kincaid. I think you're good here. I like your lineup. I think you're good. Good luck this week, Max. All right, JB, trade Fields and JSN or Mooney for Debo. Yeah, I think you got to do this. You got to take Debo. I know Debo was bad last week, but come on, he's going to bounce back. Fields, I'm assuming, is like your QB2 probably, and then JSN or Mooney for Debo. Yeah, get Debo. Chargers defense this week, yeah, they're fine, but look, Bo Nix, the Broncos, they've been kind of sneaky good lately, so, but they're a good defense, so they're fine, yeah. All right, Rodney asking, should I drop Downs or Wicks for Mooney? I'm not dropping Downs. I guess you can drop Wicks for Mooney. Because, again, I mean, we don't know about Dobbs yet. Is he going to play this week? Christian Watson will be back. I guess you could drop Wicks for Mooney. West Side saying Rattler going to be a walking interception. He could be. He certainly could be. Okay, here we go. All right. Back to Andrew's question. He's 0-5, and it's a keeper league. Keeping 1 and 2 more in the lottery process. So let's go back here. All right. So 0-5 a keeper league. So you're obviously looking forward to next season. Yeah. So again, I don't want to get rid of Olave, Ayuk, Devonta Smith. Again, I would do Brian Robinson and Bucky Irving for JT. I would do Bucky Irving and not Bowers now. Maybe Kraft. If they're willing to do it. I don't know if they will. If it's a 1 QB league and they need QB, I could do Irving and Geno. So that makes more sense. Thank you for clarifying there. Hopefully that helps you out. So don't get rid of it in this format. Don't get rid of don't get rid of Olave, Ayuk, and Devonta Smith. All right, we got one from Cameron Pilch. His tight end is on a bye. He's 4-1. He's got Bigsby, Worthy, Moss, Chase, Mooney, McConkey, and Bucky. I don't, not starting a tight end doesn't even guarantee you the L. You might still win. I would just take the 0 at tight end, honestly. I don't want to drop any of these guys. Now, I will say if Moss is out, then I'd probably feel okay dropping Moss because, I mean, who's going to run out and pick up Zach Moss if he's out? But I'm also okay just taking the 0 at tight end. All right, Dustin Forsberg, what is going on? 2-3, 12-man PPR. Purdy, HN4, DJ Moore, Lamb, Olave, Ferguson, Vikings. Coup. On the bench, Algier, Josh Downs, Hopkins, and Amari Cooper, Mostert. Trade who? All right. If there's a chance to trade Ford, you should probably trade Ford. I mean, there might still be a little window for Ford and D-Hop. I'm not seeing any real obvious trades here, but I don't know what you're really getting for Ford and D-Hop. Like, what are we really getting here? Probably not getting a lot back. You don't want to trade A-Chain, you're selling low. More Lamb, Olave, Ferguson. Yeah. I mean, I would like to say Cooper, but he's been so bad. You're selling low on Cooper too. I think you got to wait. I think maybe just wait here. Because again, people are nervous about Olave now because, of course, Carr hurt, even though it's only for a couple weeks. Yeah, I don't see anything obvious here, Dustin. I mean, unless you can do something like I don't know, Olave and. But even if you trade Olave, who are your wide receivers? I mean, you got Downs, I guess. Maybe try to trade Olave. I don't know how his value is right now. Get a running back upgrade. Maybe you could try to trade Olave. Maybe get Jacobs. His buy low window is pretty open right now. Somebody like that, but I don't see anything major here. So sorry I couldn't help you out more there, but yeah, I don't really see anything obvious here. But you can maybe try trading the Olave and then just roll it down to your wide receiver 3. All right, Ernesto, 10 team, 1-4. Got Murray, Hall, Mason, B-Rob. Who to start and trade for? All right, well, I think you're starting Hall and Mason, Smith and London. And then if there's a flex, I go Ayuk. And then I start Komet at tight end. As far as who to trade for, I mean, this might be a good time to trade away Kareem Hunt. Well, I don't know if his value is that high, honestly. Might not be a bad idea to trade away Pittman right now either. He's had like 2 good games in a row. I mean, his value isn't super high. Maybe you could trade Pittman and get like a Pollard, like a Dobbins. Somebody like that. A Ramondre. Try to get a Ramondre, somebody like that. But that's who I would start. All right, good luck. All right, junior most wanted. 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, and a flex. Got Chuba, Cook, St. Brown, Neighbors, London. I want to trade wide receiver for 1 more running back. Okay. So, St. Brown, Neighbors, London. Okay, yeah, you have a lot of wide receivers. Don't trade St. Brown. Don't trade Neighbors. Don't trade London. Deontay coming off a bad game. Maybe Smith is the one to trade here because he should be back this week. Again, I'm going to say a lot of the same names. I think you could get Smith for Jacobs, Smith for B-Rob, Brian Robinson, maybe Smith for Connor, maybe Smith for Aaron Jones if you're willing to wait. Only because if Deontay had another good game, I'd probably say him, but he coming off a bad game. Or you could wait and see if Deontay Johnson has a good game this week. But also, I mean, I'm looking at your team, Chuba, Cook, JT. You don't have to make this deal, so that's probably the guy I'd be trying to trade, though. Even though I do like Devonta Smith, I just feel like, once they say he's practicing and he's going to be back, his value will go back up. So that's what I would do. All right, good luck there. All right, we're about a little over an hour in. Trying to hide this. Usually Pierre does this. There we go. All right, so we got some new people on the stream. You might have missed it in the beginning. Let me just remind you real quick. Underdog Fantasy got this new customer special on Thursday night. Brock Purdy just needs a yard. It's a free pick for you. If you're new to Underdog, you haven't tried it yet. If you want another way to get your fantasy sweat on there on Underdog, it's great with the pick'ems. It's a ton of fun. And then in the offseason, they have the drafts as well, which is a ton of fun. Just make sure if you are going to try Underdog, you sign up using our promo code ENDGAME. Because not only are you going to get that free Brock Purdy pick, but you're going to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You make a deposit, they will match it 50% up to $1,000. So check that out. And also, I did mention this earlier, but getting a lot of questions, a lot of people on here. If I don't get to your question, you can try out our app, DraftLane. Download it, App Store, Google Play. The questions go directly to Pierre and I. And if you're on Sleeper and Yahoo, we can actually link to your roster, see your actual roster, see your waivers, see who's available to really tell you exactly who you should pick up, who to start, who to sit, all that good stuff. So check it out. DraftLane on the App Store and Google Play. All right, but back to the questions here. Next up is Seta. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Apologies if I did not. PPR. Got Kyler, Gibbs, Bucky, Chase Brown, Tracy. Jameson, Kraft. What can I improve? Just traded JT and Debo for Lamb. All right. I don't know. I feel like that might be a little bit of an overpay for Lamb. But I guess you did need wide receiver help, but now you kind of need running back help. But look, Chase Brown, Tracy. But now you got DK, you got Lamb, you got Brian Thomas, Pittman, Amari, Jameson. I don't hate this for your team, honestly. I mean, I don't know. I might have preferred Gibbs and JT with DK, Debo, Pittman. Yeah. But I mean, look, you got Chase Brown. Even if Zach Moss plays this week, Chase Brown is usable as an RB2. Your wide receivers are pretty good now. You got Gibbs. No more bye weeks for Gibbs. I think you should be feeling pretty good here. I don't think you need to do anything else. I mean, you could try to trade Jameson for a running back, I guess. Give yourself a little depth there. But I'm also okay just work. I mean, look how many running backs have already popped up this year. I'm okay just working the waiver wire. All right, next up is Paul P. 12-team PPR 4-1. Got offered Tyreek Rashawn for Evans Dowdle. Ooh. So you have Evans and Dowdle. Because you're saying your team and you list Evans, but you don't list Dowdle. So I'm going to assume you have Evans and Dowdle. I mean, I want to say I prefer the Tyreek side because he should get better. Obviously, you're not going to have him this week. He'll probably struggle next week, but then Tua should be back. But Evans has been so good, and Dowdle, I might just take the Evans Dowdle side here, honestly, just because Rashawn. What are you getting from Rashawn? I mean, yeah, he's scoring touchdowns right now, but he's got to keep doing that. So I might take the Evans Dowdle side here, actually. I don't know which side you're getting, but that side I might take. Good luck, Paul. All right, Will Davies, half PPR, 10-team, pick 3, London, Wilson, Harrison. McLaurin, Brian Thomas. I think I might. I think you got to go London and McLaurin. Man. It's not a good spot for Garrett Wilson this week against the Bills. Definitely a good spot for Harrison, but that one is close. That one is definitely close. I think you got to go Wilson, though. I think you still got to go Wilson. London, Wilson, McLaurin, but it's close between Wilson and Harrison. And I know you want to play Brian Thomas, and I was big on Brian Thomas last week, but he also has a tough matchup this week, so against that Bears secondary. So I think I'm going to go London, Wilson, and McLaurin. Good luck there, Will. All right, let's keep it moving here. All right, Mary Jo, what's up? Good to see you. 8-team, one of our members, 8-team PPR, 6-point passing touchdown, Hurts and Daniels. Connor, Bijan, Chuba, B-Rob. Evans, oh yeah, it's going to be stacked, of course. All right. Pick Mooney or Dowdle by dropping Komet. Yeah, you got McBride. What do you need here? You got Connor, Bijan, Chuba, B-Rob. You got Evans, McLaurin, A.J. Brown, Nico, Harrison, Pittman. I don't really know what you need. You might need running back a little bit more than wide receiver. So I guess I would prioritize Dowdle first, Mooney second. But yeah, you can drop Komet for either of those guys. I guess I slightly prefer Dowdle for you. Good luck, Mary Jo. All right, Antonio, thank you. 3-for-1, grade the trade. A 3-for-1. Okay, I'm just going to say I haven't even looked at the trade yet. I'm probably going to prefer the 1, but let's see. Saint Etienne got Ayuk. That's not a 3-for-1. It's a 1-for-1. What am I missing? I definitely prefer Ayuk. And then Jaden or Caleb, you got to roll with Jaden Daniels. You got to roll with Jaden Daniels. I know Caleb has a good matchup this week, but it's in London. You never know. You never know. And if Collins plays, you try. Yeah, if Collins, I don't care. Christian Gonzalez, yeah. I don't think Collins is going to play, but if he plays, you play him. All right, good luck there, and well done on that trade. Elmer Sanchez traded DK Metcalf, Brian Thomas, and Mason for Nico and Bijan. I think this is a win long term. I mean, you're getting Nico and Bijan. Like I said, it's a good time to trade Mason. I know Brian Thomas has a lot of steam right now, but you still got to prefer Nico. It's pretty solid, pretty fair here, but I think I would prefer just give me the studs. Give me the studs. Nico and Bijan. And yes, I still believe Bijan will be a stud. Give me the studs here. All right, Will Davies. What's up? 10 teams standard scoring, so I'm assuming non-PPR. Kyler, CMC, HM, Bigsby, Spears, Brandon, Kyron, DK, Godwin, Scary Terry, Wicks, Waddle, Trey Tucker, McBride. Any trade ideas or wait for CMC and Tua? Okay, so you still got Achane, Kyron Williams. I know he's on bye this week, but you got Bigsby and Spears, DK, Godwin, Scary Terry, Wicks, Waddle. I think you're good. This team is pretty stacked. I think you're good. I would just wait for Tua. Again, Waddle on bye this week, then one more week without Tua, and then he should bounce back. Yeah, you got Kyler, you got McBride. I think you're good here. Don't do anything drastic. Don't do anything drastic here. You're good. If the anti-Monty content continues, Sir Boomer is going to do a $20 super chat and make me rank every tight end on the waiver wire. That is not nice. That is not nice. All right, Rocky, what's up? Rocky Greenwell, should I hold Zach Moss? I mean, in most cases, yes. Rico Dowdle, Tank, and Chase Brown are all on waiver. All right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to drop him from Rico, I'm okay with that. Because, again, he's dealing with an ankle injury. I mean, obviously, it's Tuesday. We don't know yet. He could miss this week. But, yeah, Dowdle's, I mean, he's the RB1 there. He's the RB1. So, yeah, if you want to drop Moss for Dowdle, I'm okay with that. Especially, I mean, this has got to be a pretty shallow league. All these guys are still on waiver, so go for it. Leo Hilo, what is up? 1-4. Who to start? 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, and a flex. Got Mason, Bigsby, Tracy Jr., Rashawn. Mason for sure. If Singletary is out, you go Tracy. If Singletary plays, probably go Bigsby. JSN, Dell, Downs. You have to start 2 of these guys. JSN and Downs. And I guess I flex Dell and hope for the best. Second question. Kyron for Brees. Then flip Brees and Tracy for Godwin, JT, and Brian Thomas or London. Yeah, lost by 3-4 the last 2 weeks. That's tough, but at least you know you've got a good team. I mean, if you can flip Brees and Tracy Jr. for Godwin, JT, and Brian Thomas or London, yes, do that. Like, if you know you can do it, 100% do it. 100% do it. That would be. Frosty, thank you. Great call on streaming T-Law this week. Yeah, if you watch the 10 starts video, I talked about T-Law and Brian Thomas Jr., which is why I regret that I ever said Wicks over Brian Thomas Jr., because I was very high on Brian Thomas Jr. But I got caught up in all the Wicks hysteria. It happens. But thank you. Appreciate that. Feels good. All right, Danny Alvarez. Let's see if I can find yours here. Here it is. Got an offer. Cup for Brian Thomas and Stevenson. Ooh. I might have to take this. I think you got to take this. I know Cup should be back after the bye, but we don't know for sure. But look, Brian Thomas is ascending. Ramondre is still the lead back there. Why just mitigate the risk with Cup? Take the trade. Take it. All right, Gazelle. Offered Devonta Smith and Mason for Lamb. He accepted, and league mates via. Oh, come on, people. With the vetoes. This is fair. Why isn't this fair? I mean, I prefer the Lamb side, but oh man, come on. Ban vetoes. No vetoes. Like, okay, for real, fantasy leagues, you don't need vetoes. If you have a good commissioner, you don't need a veto, because if there's a trade that's obvious collusion, like if you're like, I traded, Kareem Hunt and I don't know, Juju for Lamb or something, like, okay, that's probably collusion, right? That's probably collusion. Although Juju had a big game, so that's a bad. Like, I traded Kareem Hunt and I don't know, name some terrible wide receiver for Lamb. Okay, and the commissioner can just come in and say, nah, I'm not letting that fly. But, reverse the trade. But there's no reason there should be vetoes in the league. It's terrible. Dion in a 10-teamer and somehow Joe Burrow is available. Why? You're telling me there's 10 quarterbacks better than Joe Burrow. Get Joe Burrow. I mean, I don't know if you need Joe Burrow, but you should probably get him anyways. All right, Beamy Studios. Buy for Jefferson. Got to start either JSN, Jameson, or Mooney. I think it's got to be Mooney at this point. I think it's got to be Mooney, honestly. I mean, Jameson could always hit that big play, but so could Mooney, and JSN at this point. What's the upside? Just roll with Mooney. Where is Pierre? Pierre had other commitments tonight. He will be back tomorrow. Don't worry. Nothing wrong with Pierre. He'll be back tomorrow. All right, Irina Worthy. Drop Ridley for Mooney or Downs. Yeah, I'm done with it. Like, I was never even in on Ridley. Just give me Mooney or Downs at this point. I guess, like I said, I think I prefer Mooney because he's got Cousins, and we don't know the down situation with quarterback long term. So drop Ridley, get Mooney first, down second. Get Cousins. Yes, I think Cousins, if you probably weren't here in the beginning. I think Cousins got to be the number one streaming option this week. Gets the Panthers looking much better. Get Cousins if you need him. All right, let's keep it going. All right, so Dion again, clarifying here, he's a smaller 10-team league. Someone dropped Joe Burrow because they have Josh Allen. He's got Richardson and Baker Mayfield. Tempted to drop both QBs for Burrow. I don't think you need to drop both. You could probably drop Baker for Burrow if you want to pick up Burrow. All right, I haven't read this one yet, but it started with, I think I just screwed myself on a trade, so it caught my eye. Let's take a look. Current running backs: Robinson Jr., Etienne Hall, Nico Evans, Mooney, Jaden Reed, Devonta Smith, Cup. Traded Cup for Bigsby. Yeah. You should have at least gotten somebody else with Bigsby. For your sake, let's hope Bigsby completely takes over this backfield. Yeah, don't like that trade. All right, Augustin, what's up? Is this a good trade? Lamar, Godwin, and Marvin. Wow, these are massive trades. Okay, Lamar, Godwin, Marvin Harrison for Hurts, Devonta Smith, JJ. Give me the JJ side. Lamar, Hurts, okay, for whatever. Godwin, Devonta Smith. Okay, I prefer Godwin, but it's pretty close. But give me JJ over Martin Harrison all day. I don't think it's like a robbery or anything, but I prefer the JJ side. Give me the JJ side. All right. Max the Moose. Thoughts on Amon Marv for AJ Olave, Brian Thomas, and Dowdle. The very rare 2 for 4. I think you got to take the AJ side. I know Olave disappointing in week 5, and now Carr's out for a couple weeks, but he'll be fine. It's not that we're not at the end of the fantasy season. This isn't the fantasy playoffs. There's still plenty of games left. AJ Brown, Amon-Ra, not a big drop there. I mean, Brian Thomas is ascending. Dowdle is ascending. I think I take the AJ. This is one of the few times I'll take the 4. Because I don't think you're downgrading big time here. And I think you're getting a lot of good pieces. So very rarely will I take the 4, but I'll take the 4 here. Good luck, Moose or Max. All right, Adam traded Chuba for Jacobs. Is that a dub? I think it'll be a dub long term. I don't think it's a huge dub. But, I mean, are we really expecting Chuba to do this all year? Like Chuba Hubbard, suddenly the best running back in the NFL? I think it'll be a dub long term. Do I keep Garrett Wilson or try to trade? I assume you mean Garrett Wilson. Again, I'm always open to trading anybody if I get a good return. So if you get a good return, sure, do it. But if people are like not going to give you anything for them, just keep them. Wicks over Downs. That's tough. If it's Flacco, I'm definitely going Downs. Like, no questions asked. I might still go Downs, though. I really like Downs in this spot. I mean, I think Wicks is fine this week. But I might go Downs either way. But definitely if it's Flacco, I go Downs. Good luck there. All right, Jordan saying rate the team 14 team, but I don't see the team, Jordan. Did I miss it anywhere? If I see it, I'll rate it. All right, Anthony, again, do you think Tua will actually come back soon? Yes, I think Tyreek will be back week 8. And yes, I think Tyreek and Waddle will be worth their ADPs after that. Week 8, I think we see Tua back because he's got to do 4 games. It's not 4 weeks, it's 4 games, which means the bye week doesn't count. So he's got to miss next week again, but then he's back week 8. So yes. All right, 95. Would you cut either Ridley or Jacoby Myers for Mooney? Again, I will cut Ridley. I will cut. He's stuck with Will Levis, Mason Rudolph. Jacoby has been pretty good without Adams so far. I don't want to cut him. I'll cut Ridley for Mooney though. Although it's and thank you. I hope you're well also. It's non PPR though, so I don't know. Like, is Mooney a game changer for you? Maybe. All right, here's Jordan's roster. So again, he said it's 14 team PPR. Got Hurts, that's nice. Gibbs and Brian Robinson and Sun God and T and what? This is a 14 teamer? This is a 9. Well done. I don't know what your bench looks like, but that starting lineup is a 9. In a 14 teamer, that's a good starting lineup in a 10 teamer. 12 teamer, maybe not a 10. 12 teamer. Might even be a good starting lineup in a 10 teamer, honestly. All right, Deshaun Davis, help. Okay, let's try to help him out. Needs a waiver wire ASAP, running out of options. All right, well, not sure who's available, but I said in the beginning of the stream, my top guys would be, Mooney or Downs if they're still out there. If not, I would look at Tolbert or Juju. Those would be my top guys. So I don't know who's out there, but that's who I would be looking at. My top guys. All right, let's go. Greetings from Brazil. What's up, Felipe? Wide receiver week 6 video comes out tomorrow morning. So check it out. Tomorrow morning. And greetings. Welcome. All right, I haven't even read this one, but you know what? The icon caught my eye. I like that. Let's pull it up. All right, he's trading Bijan Ayuk and Rome. This is Monjo, by the way. Trading Bijan Ayuk and Rome for London, Diggs, and Etienne. I want the Bijan side. Yeah, I want the Bijan side. I would rather. Okay, so you say you have Gibbs and Jordan Mason. You just like, okay, Nico's only out for like a couple weeks or so. Like, Nico's not done for the season. You say you have Gibbs and Jordan Mason. Maybe you could do Jordan Mason instead of Bijan. I would probably do that to get Drake London. But I'm not trading Bijan Ayuk and Rome Odunze for those guys personally. So hope that helps. Like your icon there, by the way. All right. Kadash. Thank you. Pacheco, Pollard, Brian Robinson, Bijan, Dowdle, Shakir, DJ Moore, Mooney, Waddle, Shaheed. Yeah, you need wide receiver here. Let's do can't really trade Pacheco right now. Trade for Hill, Godwin, or Hall. You don't really need Breece Hall. You don't need another running back. I mean, if we're going to trade for Hill, yeah, let's maybe shoot for Godwin. I wonder if you could do Brian Robinson and then like Shakir or Mooney for Godwin. Because that still gives you Pollard, Bijan, and Dowdle. Hopefully Pacheco coming back. And now your wide receivers would be DJ Moore, Godwin. Although, man, still isn't. Is this non-PPR? Like, how are these your wide receivers? Where's your stud? Where's your stud wide receiver? I mean, I guess, Tua will be back. That should help Waddle. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get. Maybe you could get Godwin for Pollard and Mooney right now. Maybe try that instead of Brian Robinson. Although I think Brian Robinson's okay too. I don't know if that'll be enough for Godwin. I don't think you really have enough to go after Hill here without really hurting your running back. So maybe try Pollard and B-Rob with like Shakir, Shaheed, Mooney. See if you can get Godwin. I mean, maybe you can get Tyreek Hill for that. People are pretty low on him. Try Tyreek Hill first. Good luck there. Oh, and then my thing just wigged out as it does sometimes. Hold on, where are we at here? Okay, here we go. I'm going to cut back up. All right, Antonio became a member. Thank you, Antonio. Appreciate that. Then he has a question. Rate the glow up. Okay. I guess we're rating the team here. Stafford and Caleb. It's a 12-team point per touch. Like you just touch the ball. So point per carry. So running backs have a huge boost here because obviously wide receivers get a point per touch most of the time anyways. All right, so CMC, Etienne, Moss, Cook, Javonte, Adams, Pickens, Watson, Hollywood, Pitts, Jaden, Caleb again, CMC, Mason, Cook. It's like two teams here. I don't understand what's going on here. I see two teams. All right, well, I'll say the first team. I mean, I'm going to obviously prefer the running backs because point per touch, a running back getting 15 carries is huge. CMC, Etienne, Moss, Cook, Javonte. I mean, I don't know if I like the second team better. You got better QB, better running backs, better wide receivers. I definitely like the second team better. So I don't know what you're asking here, but I like the second team better. I hope that answers your question. All right, JPC 123 $. 12-team PPR 2 and 3. You got Stroud and Kyler, Achane, Pollard, Singletary, Spears, Brooks, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, Waddle, Leggett, Kincaid. Drop Leggett, Spears for someone. Yeah, you can. I think you probably need running back help. I mean, I would probably prefer to drop Leggett more than Spears. You need running back help. So like I said in the beginning, Dowdle, Tank Dell, Trey Sermon, Tyrone Tracy. Those would be the top guys if they're available. Yeah, I think I might hold Spears, especially since you have Pollard. Spears got a little involved for the bye. You can drop Leggett for one of those running backs, though. All right, good luck and thank you. All right, Raider Jose. Drop downs for Debo. Yes, if Debo's on the waiver wire, pick up Debo. Pick up Debo, please. Please. All right, Dice. Thank you. 14-man half PPR's got James Conner, Zach Moss, Rico Dowdle. No IR spot, but I'm holding Jonathan Brooks, Nick Chubb. I mean, I think if you're going to drop one right now, it's Brooks because I guess Chubb at least seems closer to coming back than Brooks, but I mean, I would only drop him if like you have to pick somebody up off the waivers. Like if you don't need, if you're like, oh, Tyrone Tracy is out there, I'll just pick him up. I don't need him. Then don't drop these guys. But if you need to pick somebody up, then yeah, I guess probably Brooks because we still haven't heard when he's coming back. They haven't opened his practice window yet, so. Any news on who may be replacing the 49 cricket? I have not checked. I don't know. I haven't got my kicker updates yet. Sorry, Anthony. All right, Daniel. Yeah, week of wide receiver. I started the season with Tyreek, Debo, Rice, Higgins, Cup. Yeah. But the good news is Tyreek should be getting better. Debo will get better. I mean, Rice, Cup should be coming back. Higgins, yeah. All right. Anthony wants to know how many weeks Aaron Jones is going to miss. Well, so they're saying he's week to week. So yeah, I mean it's nice that the bye is this week because that's one of the weeks. He could miss another week. He could miss 2 weeks after that, but I don't think he'll be more than like a week or two after the bye. So I don't think he'll be out too long. All right, Ethan, what's up? Needs a running back, or he needed a running back, so he traded AJ Brown and JSN for Walker and Brian Thomas. I like this. I think AJ Brown and Kenneth Walker pretty fair, and I'll take Brian Thomas over JSN at this point. I think it's a good deal for you. You needed a running back. I think it's a very good deal. Very fair, very good. Yeah, well done. Well done here. Buy low on Waddle, definitely. He's on the buy this week. He's been terrible. Definitely buy low on him. I'll bet you could trade Evans, Ayuk, Kirk. You might be able to get Waddle for Jacoby Myers right now. Maybe not. But yeah, buy low on Waddle if you can. All right, 95 says in his other league, full PPR dropping Rice. Would you add a second QB? No. Hunt or Tank? I'm still gonna give the edge to Tank, but I'll say, man, Hunt, he got what? He got 23, 24 carries last night? What? I don't know. I probably prefer Tank, but maybe go Hunt. Here. Maybe I'm just not sold on Kareem Hunt. All right, let's keep it rolling here. By the way, if you did drop a super chat, I'm not too far behind. I'll get to all the super chats for sure. And as I scroll through and I see something good, I'll pull it up. All right, Jay Jetta's production. Mooney for Jacobs, Brian Robinson, or Dobbins. I will take Jacobs or Brian Robinson over Mooney. Dobbins is close, but I'll definitely take those first two over Mooney. All right, still checking here. Access MIA, drop Quentin Johnson for Bigsby. Yeah, I would do that. All right, King, Evans or Garrett Wilson this week? I think I'm going Evans. I know Marshawn Lattimore, always scared of Marshawn Lattimore, but Garrett Wilson against the Bills, I might just go. I'm probably just going to go Evans this week. All right, JB, JSN or Tank Dell in the flex? Oh, man. Come on, JB. It's only Tuesday. Too early for this. Let's see here. JSN, 49ers, Tank Dell, Patriots. I might just gamble on Dell with Nico out. I mean, what's the upside for JSN right now? I'll just gamble on Dell. Access MIA, Lamar, Dak this week. Always Lamar. All right, Anthony, here you go. He's saying Tank is going to finally show up, especially with Nico out. Let's hope. Let's hope you're right. All right, King Cars needs wide receivers badly. Can trade Chubb and Ford for Dell and Dobbs. Or for Dell and Dobbs. Well, that's the same. Yeah, I think if you could trade Chubb and Ford now for Dell and Dobbs. I mean, like Dobbs, what is Dobbs? Like, is Dobbs even going to play? But I'll just gamble on Dell here. Get out of that. Get out of that Cleveland backfield. Gamble on Dell. Andres, what's up? Would you trade Najee for CMC? Yeah. What are you getting from Najee? What are you really getting from Najee? What are you getting from Najee right now? You're getting hardly anything. Just gamble on CMC. Even if it doesn't work out, what'd you really give up? What'd you really give up? All right, I see your super chat, but yeah. Get CMC. All right, Ravine with the super chat. I'll see if I see your question here. Is it up above? Maybe I don't see it. Maybe it's down below. I'll keep a looking. All right, we got Lunchbox 570. Mason for Neighbors. If you can get Neighbors, get Neighbors. Definitely get Neighbors. Wilson for Cup. Yeah, get Wilson. Get Wilson and Neighbors here. Wilson and Neighbors for sure. For sure there. All right, Bruin backhand. Pick up Brooks or Bigsby. I think you got to pick up Bigsby right now. Again, we don't know. There's no definitive timetable on Jonathan Brooks right now. They haven't opened up his practice window. Now, maybe they could this week, but there's no definitive timetable. Get Bigsby. Get Bigsby. Could Achane and Mostert become a good duo like they were last year? Yes. In fantasy? I don't know. I have my doubts about Mostert this year, but we'll see. But yeah, they could be like last year. All right, so, okay, Ravine, I see this. Forgot to mention it's 10 team. Okay, but I still don't see your actual question. Maybe it's up higher? Let me see. Yeah, I scrolled pretty far up. I don't see it. If you want to drop it again down in the chat here, I'll get to it. All right, Beast. Rate the teams. Got CJ Stroud, Brees Hall, James Conner, Marvin Harrison, Higgins, Laporta, Lockett, Bigsby, Seahawks defense on the bench, Algier, Shakir, Kraft, Collins, Watson. Any trades? Hall, Connor, that's good. Harrison, Higgins, that's good. Laporta should be good. Lockett, Bigsby. You must be a Seahawks fan. You got Lockett, you got the Seahawks. Or maybe not. I don't know how big this league is. I'll assume like a 12-teamer. Hall, Connor, Harrison, Higgins, Laporta. I mean, that's good. Bench is all right. I'll say like a 7-5 if it's a 12-teamer. And any trades? I don't really see what you could trade here. I mean, you could maybe try to trade Kraft. I mean, you do have Nico. Okay, so maybe a 7-7-5 when Nico's healthy. I missed that. You could maybe try to trade Kraft to a tight end needy team, but what are you really going to get for Kraft? Yeah, I don't think anything major here. I think your starting lineup is pretty good. Bench is a little rough, but I missed Nico. Maybe a 7-7-5 or an 8 with Nico healthy. So good luck there, Beast. I think you got a pretty solid squad. All right, Jody Badar, what's up? 18 PPR. Burrow is. Oh, you have another league with Burrow out there. Got Mayfield, Fields, and Darnold. Yeah, you're definitely picking up Burrow. Who else should I keep? I think the one I'm dropping here is Fields. I don't know if that's what you're asking. But Russell, there is some talk that they might go to Russ this week. He's full practicing. I don't know if Fields holds that job. Maybe he does, but I mean, what are we getting from Fields? I think if I have to drop one of these guys for Burrow, it's Fields. But yeah, definitely get Burrow. Definitely get Burrow. All right, so Antonio saying it was 2 teams. Started with the first team and got this. Okay, well, I like the second team better, so well done. Well done. Definitely a fan of the second team. Let's help Jason out here. Should I trade T. Higgins for Tony Pollard? No. Keep T. Higgins. Keep T. Higgins. All right, John needs a running back. Trade JSN and Singletary for Jacobs or Pollard. Yes, I prefer Jacobs, but I would trade. I would do this for Pollard as well. Yes, but I prefer Jacobs. Definitely do that though. All right, Country Connected. What is up? Got 12-team PPR. Love Monty, B. Rob, Najee Ford, Chase, Olave, Wilson, Devontae, DJ Moore, Wicks. 4-1. Nice. Someone offered Aaron Jones for Monty. I mean, I prefer Aaron Jones to Monty. I mean, you're 4-1. You can live without Aaron Jones for a couple weeks, right? You got Brian Rob. I mean, your running backs are kind of weak behind Monty and Brian Robinson. But you're 4-1. You could probably survive till he comes back. I mean, you didn't have Monty last week, so yeah, get Aaron Jones. I prefer Aaron Jones here. Get Aaron Jones. Good luck there. All right, Jay Rifty, Waddle, Ramondre Etienne for Kenneth Walker, Debo. Give me Walker and Debo. You're getting the major running back upgrade here. I know Waddle will be good when Tua comes back, but Debo should be good too. Give me Walker and Debo. I mean, you're 4-1. There's no need to panic when you're 4-1. If you don't want to do the deal, it's fine. I don't know which side you have here because I don't see any of these guys in your roster, but I mean, I prefer the Walker Debo side. So, all right, my thing wigged out on me again. Where are we at here? Okay, here we go. All right, another one of our members, Suzanne B. Thank you. Running backs are B-Rob, Bucky, Rashawn, H.N. and Brooks. Drop Rashawn to try to pick up Tracy. Yeah, probably. Tracy might get another start this week. And you'd probably start him over those guys. Obviously, you can't start H.N., you can't start Brooks. So, yeah. Yeah. All right, Ravine saying his question is all the way up. Do you mind typing it in again? Was it a big question? My thing gets all wonky when I try to scroll very far. If you don't mind. All right, Dion saying, thanks for everything, Chris and Pierre. Our pleasure. Currently 3-2, running off mostly fantasy endgame advice. All right, let's still early. Let's get that championship. That's all that matters. Let's get that championship. That's what we're doing here. Beast Claps. What is up? Traded CMC, David Montgomery, and Leggett for Henry. Interesting. It's going to come down to what does CMC do? It's going to come down. If CMC comes back and is vintage CMC, you're going to lose this trade. But if he comes back and he re-injures it or re-aggravates it, or he does lose touches to Jordan Mason and he's just so-so, then you'll be happy about it. So too soon to say, but I'd be nervous. All right, rate the team 12-man full PPR. Got Fields, Mason, Walker, Ayuk. Where's it? Oh, there's Henry. Okay, Ayuk, Evans, Henry, McBride. I mean, your team is stacked, right? Your team is stacked. You got Mason, Walker, and Henry at running back. You got Evans, Ayuk at wide receiver, McBride. I mean, okay, your QB's not so great, but whatever. You can get by with that. This is close to a 9. Close to a 9. Well done. Well done. All right, okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find Ravine. See, now my thing's like stuck. All right, hold on. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, now I'm way back at the top trying to find Ravines. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this thing. I got to figure out where I was. See, Pierre usually does this part. I usually just sit there and answer the questions. Ravine, I'm looking for it. Oh, man. Still scrolling. Ravine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. Maybe I'm going too fast here. Again, if you don't mind just typing it back in, I think that'd be easiest. You don't have to super chat, of course. Don't drop a super chat. Just okay, here we go. I got it. All right. Half PPR. Allen, Gino, Najee Eckler, Chase Brown, Singletary, Madison, Mixon, Wilson, Reed, Olave, Downs, Kittle, Strange, and Joku, Boswell. Who should I start, sit, drop? Okay. You still got to start Josh Allen. I know it's been rough, but you still got to start Josh Allen. I assume you're going to need 2 running backs, so we're going to go Mixon if he plays. Mixon will be 1 if he plays. I think Chase Brown will be 2. I guess Najee 3, Eckler 4. All right, a wide receiver. Wilson 1, Reed 2, Downs 3, and I got to put Olave 4 with Derek Carr out, sadly. You got to start Kittle. So there you go. Hope that helped you out. Glad we found it for you. Hope that helps. I was also saying you got Puka on IR, looking to pick Cousins, Bigsby, D-Hop off waiver. Drop Madison, Gino. Okay, that's fine. But still, you're not playing Allen over or Cousins over Allen. I mean, you could maybe go Bigsby over Najee or Eckler. Maybe. All right. Let's get caught back up here where I was. If I can find it. Did him. Bear with me, everybody. All right, we did that one. Did Lunchbox. We did Beast. We did John. We did Jay Rifty. All right, I think we're here. All right, NTY. Here we go. 10-team PPR got Connor, Cook, Mason, Pollard, and Rico start 3. Mason, Cook, and Connor are the 3 I'm starting. Yep, I know. Tough. I mean, you got good running backs, but I think those are the 3 guys you got to start. Anthony saying thank you. Got to go. Have a good night, Anthony. Appreciate you as always. All right, Killer Wolf kills. That's what Killer Wolves do. Eagles or Bucks defense now that Carr is out? Might have to go Bucks. But like the Eagles get Deshaun Watson. Like, does that scare you? The one thing about the Bucks, man, they're not getting a lot of pressure this year. But yeah, with Derek Carr, I mean, even with Derek Carr, it's a good matchup. With Derek Carr out, probably go Bucks. Walter Copas trade Jake Ferguson for Pollard and Keenan. I think this is fine. I mean, Keenan, whatever, but yeah, I'll take Pollard here. If you have another tight end you're comfortable with, go for it. All right, Dustin's got a trade. Is this a good trade? Ford and Olave for Dowdle and Dell. I mean, I still prefer Ford and Olave. It might be rough the next couple of weeks without Derek Carr, but again, the fantasy season is not 7 weeks long or 6 weeks long or 8 weeks long or whatever. Like, I still prefer Olave. All right, short season. What is up? Should I be good to drop Caleb Williams? Got Fields and Murray. I might drop Fields, honestly. Fields wasn't that good last week. And he really hasn't been that good this year outside of that Indianapolis game, which even Trevor Lawrence was good against Colts. I would drop Fields and hold Caleb if I was going to drop one of these guys. All right, Raul, what's up? Became a member for 8 months. Thank you. How do I feel about Wicks this week? Okay, yeah, got a lot of Wicks questions so far. Not a lot, but a few. I think he's fine. I think he's startable. He had 7 targets. It wasn't like he wasn't involved. It just didn't happen. Do I flex Leggett, Coleman, Bigsby? I'd probably still go Wicks if it's PPR. Maybe Bigsby if it's non-PPR. All right, Country Connected saying, forgot to mention that Singletary is on waivers. Could drop Ford for him and take Aaron Jones on the bye. Yeah, I might just prefer Singletary at this point. If he plays, make sure he's playing first. All right, Indy Lazar is trading Devontae Adams and Kmet for Mason, Lockett, Andrews. What do I think? I think it's fine. I do have, I'm a little worried about Mason, like potentially with CMC coming back, but I'm also not feeling great about Adams wherever he goes, unless somehow he goes to the Chiefs, which seems very unlikely. Kmet for Lockett, Andrews, fair. So yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. All right, Michael Cazares with another one. And here's the question. Pick up Bigsby or G. Williams? Who's G. Williams? Who's G. Williams? Who am I not thinking of? That's got to be a different Williams. J. Williams? Is that Javonte? It's got to be somebody else, right? Who's G. Williams? Did you clarify here? I'm going to assume that's Javonte. I think it's got to be Javonte. He's the RB1 in Denver. He's been looking better. I don't know who G. Williams is. I'm going to assume Javonte, and I'm going to pick up Javonte if he's out there. All right, so fly. Start Ridley, Hopkins, Leggett, or Jalen Tolbert. Can I really go Tolbert over Ridley? They get the Colts this week. Talking about Tennessee. But Tolbert gets the Lions. It might be Will Levis. It might be Mason Rudolph. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm just going to go Tolbert. I just wasn't in on Ridley this year, and nothing has made me change my mind. Oh, no. Okay, kicker question. Should I drop for Koo? Isn't Koo like one of the best kickers? I guess pick up Koo. Sorry, Jordy. I don't do kickers. We need Pierre the PA back. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. This is not easy. It's not easy. All right, Sir Boomer's got another hot take. Cincy is going to go 4-0 in the lead up to the Baltimore rematch, and if they win, they'll make the playoffs. Chase and Higgins rest of the season will be elite auditioning for new contracts. I like it. I like it. All right, CB420 Brown want to offer Kraft for Brian Thomas. I mean, if you can get Brian Thomas for Kraft, take it. But I don't know if anybody's giving you Brian Thomas for Kraft. You might have to throw something else in there with Kraft for Brian Thomas, like another wide receiver or something. But if you can do it, you never know. Ravine saying thanks. Great hairstyle, like the natural look though. Yeah, this is when I put stuff in it. Thank you though. Appreciate it. All right. Eddie saying Caleb wasn't good against the Colts? That was like Caleb's best game. Against the Colts, Caleb had 363 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was the best game. Colts are terrible. Terrible defense. What happened to the Colts? What happened to the Colts all around? What happened to the Colts? I thought this would be one of the best teams this year, honestly. Terrible. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. This week. Does Shaheed stay bench and start Ray McLeod? I mean, yeah, he might have to this week and just see. Might have to bench Rashid Shaheed, unfortunately. Yeah. Sad. Daniel asking, what's my pick? I have not looked at pick'ems yet this week. It's too early. Too early in the week to look. I have not looked at them yet. Usually wait. Although I will say it's almost more beneficial to do them now. You can get some good lines early in the week. So I probably should look now. I just don't have a lot of time to dive into pick'ems this early in the week. But that is a good reminder. If you're just tuning in and you're like, what do you mean? What are you talking about pick'ems? Underdog. We're talking about Underdog with the pick'ems there on Underdog. And if you're new to Underdog, you get this free pick. Brock Purdy just needs to get 1 yard on Thursday Night Football and you win. That's it. 1 yard, you win. Pair with any other pick, you win right there off the bat. And if you haven't tried Underdog and you're like, well, I want to know what this is all about. I want to try these pick'ems. Go to Underdog, sign up using promo code Endgame. Not only will you get that free pick, but you're also going to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So check that out if you want another way to get your sweat on as far as fantasy goes. Okay. NTY with another one. 10-team PPR waiver, Downs, Pierce, or Slayton. I like Slayer. Rain of Blood. Slayer. I think Downs has to be number one here for sure. Pierce, that was crazy with Pierce. He was doing like nothing, and then all of a sudden, like in the last 5 minutes, he got like 100 yards and a touchdown. It was like, what? What just happened? Oh, man, could you imagine if you were playing against Alec Pierce and you're like, look, I'm going to win. He's got nothing. And then he had like 30 points in the last 5 minutes or whatever it was. But Downs got to be number one priority. Downs number one for sure. Sir Boomer wants to put a bet on Chase being PPR wide receiver 1 from week 6 on. Anybody willing to take him up on that? All right, Aaron K, what's up? Got offered McLaurin and Mason for Sun God. Nah, give me Sun God. Give me Sun God here. Definitely give me Sun God. I do like Terry, but I've been talking about it. I think we could see CMC back early to mid-November. I think the window for the sell window on Mason is getting closer and closer. So just give me Sun God here. Give me Sun God. All right, Reese needs some help. He's thin at wide receiver, but he's got Swift, Cook, Bigsby, and Braylon Allen. It's probably a good time to sell high on Swift. But then again, what are you really going to get for Swift? I mean, could you get Zay Flowers, T. Higgins, Deontay Johnson? I would trade Swift for those guys. I would trade Swift for those guys. Yeah, get the pick'ems in early. There are good lines. Like we always do that on our videos. We always go on Underdog and we look at lines and we try to pick out a line that we like. And there's always good lines early. Always good lines early. Joshua Roberts drop Ford for Tracy. I don't know. Because look, Tracy, I mean, maybe if you need Tracy this week, Ford might be losing work too. So yeah, maybe. It's fine. Boogie, drop Zamir White for Douglas due to Drake. I mean, you can drop Zamir White for almost anybody, honestly. Go for it. Go for it. RR District Automotors LLC. Ricky Pearsall, a good pickup. Maybe. I mean, he's still working his way back. They haven't opened up his practice window either. We'll see. I don't think you need to pick him up just yet. I think it's a little too soon. I don't think you need to pick him up just yet. And it looks like we are now caught up. I've caught up on all the chats. This stream goes a lot faster when there's only one of me. Only one of us has to answer a question. Goes a bit faster. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for being on here with me. Yeah, exactly. So, Daniel, I think actually when we did this last night, I think it was like 54.5. If you check the running back video. But, yeah, this was one we picked out right away. That seems like, yeah, you got to take that. You got to take that. Now, the problem is if you take the 56 if you take the 56 right now, and let's say you're like, oh, I don't really see any others I like, and you wait and it goes up, you get the new one. So if you can get the 56 right now and you can find another one or two that you like, I would definitely do that. That seems like a good one for sure. All right, let's do a couple more since we got some questions rolling in. Joseph, Harrison and Kirk for AJ Brown. Man, why did I pick this one? This is tough. But look, when I have a tough trade like this, I'm always going to go with the stud, AJ Brown. I'm just going to take AJ Brown here, but this is very, very close. I could make a case for either side. Richard saying someone dropped Corum. Yeah, you can. I don't think he's a must-add. He did get a little involved this week. Maybe we see him get more involved after the bye, but that's the other thing. Remember, they're on the bye this week, so I don't think he's a must-add. Mason for Brian Robinson. I'd probably just take Brian Robinson at this point. Tim, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Doug with one more. Green Bay or Chargers? Green Bay gets Arizona? No, go with Chargers. Anthony's trying to trade Kyler and Ramondre for Love and Adams. I think I probably just prefer Kyler and Ramondre at this point, honestly. Drop Dallas defense? Sure. For who? Here we go. Michael traded Walker and DJ Moore for Barkley. Did I win? I think so. It's a pretty fair deal, but I think you won this. You think you won this? Ooh, RR District Auto Motors. Would you trade Chase for Jefferson? Yeah, I still prefer Jefferson, but this is like Spider-Man meme. But I still prefer Jefferson. So, all right, guys. Over 2 hours solo. Takes its toll. I need a lot of water right now, and I need something to eat. But I appreciate you guys being on here, streaming with me. And don't forget to check out our videos. The running back start sit video is already out. We got wide receiver dropping tomorrow. QBs, tight ends dropping tomorrow. Booms. Beat the breakout, 10 stats video, everything you guys need to help you in week 6. Appreciate you guys. And of course, if you haven't subscribed or liked yet, please, it takes 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You're here streaming with us anyways. Why not do it? Daniel, thank you too. Appreciate you as well. And we'll be back here tomorrow, probably a little later than we started today with Pierre. Don't worry, Pierre will be back again to answer many more of your questions. So join us then. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.